And he was just going live. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring
I
Tim
told
out here from the back.
I told you he want to start off Eagles. Everybody in there talking about the Sixers so
Philly
far.
Uncensored Sports Podcast is here
Nobody
for
care
you.
about no Sixers.
Huh? Are we starting the show or you want to talk over me while I do the
Oh, the
intro?
tank it
I'm
started.
gonna talk over you.
Okay. Go ahead. Well, do you do it? You bring that dry energy you like to bring. While me and Wayne bring that heat. Philly Uncensored Sports Podcast is here for you in the building after coming off. We got, as I said before, and I say it again, we got a jam-packed show today. Eagles
Yes,
and
we do.
content is content all over the place today because we got a lot to talk about. Eagles come off getting their ninth straight victory. Saquon breaks the all-time single-season Eagles rushing record. Beats my man Shady McCoy. Eagles win 22-16 in a game that many was saying throughout the week. I heard some people saying it was a trap game, and it turned out to be almost that. One of them games, but Carolina's been playing well. In all honesty, I will
They
say
have.
Carolina's been playing well. Bryce Young, I'm actually proud of him. He went through a lot this year after his girl left him for Maxie and all that kind of stuff. Maxie took his girl, and he went through it emotionally a little bit, and he rebounded. This is what you have to be to become a solid professional athlete. You have to go through these ups and downs, or not even you have to go through them. You have to be able to compartmentalize your personal life. What's going on? What's going on, big bro? You got to compartmentalize your personal life with your professional life. You got to be able to put those things in their compartments. He's been doing that. He's been playing well. But what a victory by the Eagles. 9-0. We still chasing after Detroit. We need this home field advantage. What's your thoughts today?
I don't. Tim, you might be muted. You might be muted or something like that. I still don't like how the Eagles start off slow. That still bothers me. I want to see them get to a faster start, but a win is a win. Sometime in the National Football League, you have games like this, but as the better team, we made the plays to win. I like to see that. That drop pass in the back of the end zone, huge, huge.
Yeah.
For that ball to hit the ground, sometimes the ball bounces that way, man. So like the Chiefs, getting a lot of ball bouncing their way. But that drop pass in the back of the end zone, huge, huge. I kind of feel bad for the guy because I know he's gonna hear he was wide open. I don't know what happened on that coverage. Maybe they'll talk about it later. But you got to catch that ball. But Saquon, nice. I don't know why they didn't feed him a little more. Jalen didn't have his greatest game, but he made plays when he needs to make plays. But that sack he took, what was that, second down?
That was a very bad sack that he took.
Bad play, man. Bad play.
I can't
What
defend that one.
What did he throw for? 102 yards today? He had one of his. He had one of his good worst games he had in a long time today. He had a bad game today, but we won.
Yeah. But see, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. We know that Jalen can. It is games where Jalen will cook and get hot and put up numbers. You know, we got a good offense like that, good offensive weapons around him, and you know what I'm saying, he can get hot and cook. But this is one of them games. I agree. It should have been more running. Saquon was cooking, and he only had 20 carries a day, and this wasn't. But that being said, Jalen didn't turn the ball over. Saquon ain't turn it over. I don't think we ain't had no turnovers today, right? So
no,
that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the defense, man. The defense once again steps up. Guys go out, get hurt.
I thought this was their worst game today. Be honest with you, truth be told.
I mean,
it was their worst game in the last 9 weeks. This was their worst game. I mean,
yeah,
they buckled down in the end, and they was able to like get them off the field, but they let them get away with fourth downs, a few fourth down plays. I mean, that end zone play, and then it was a lot of stuff that they did. But I'm not gonna blame them. This is one of them games. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's cool. I was going to let you cook. But no, to me, I agree with some of the stuff you're saying, but I don't think it's the worst game they had in the season. This actually kind of looks like how they did play early on. Remember when they used to give up those drives and stuff like that, but then hold the other team to field goals and stuff like that? This was kind of reminiscent of that, but they also came up with some big plays, big hits. Sweat, I don't know how he missed that tackle. I mean, you got to give Bryce Young some props, though, but that sack could have just ended the game right then and there, but made it stretch out, made it a little bit more interesting. But we do have to. What's going on with the kickers in the league this year? Like all the kickers. Like our kicker, Baltimore kicker, their kicker. Like it seemed like it for a stretch. It seemed like what maybe for a stretch it was like everybody was banging like 50, 60-yard field goals and stuff. Now dudes is mixing extra points. Is the ball changed or something?
I don't know. One thing I have noticed is the ball. I don't know if the ball that they know it's a different ball they use to kick the football versus the one they throw. I think they've always kind of did that. But the ball to me, I don't know if y'all pay attention to the actual color of the football from the one they throw to the one they kick looks substantially different. So it could be something with that. Like it don't even look like the same color football.
I never paid attention to that.
Yeah,
You should have said that during the game. I might actually look for it.
I said that before. I thought I said that before. Maybe I said it to the kids or something. But the ball that they throw looks very dark. The one that they kick looks like a light brown football. It's strange to me. I've been noticing that for the last couple of weeks. But next time, pay attention to it. Maybe that has something to do with it. The type of football that they're using. I don't know. The kickers will probably be able to tell you better what they think be going on, or it may just be one of them years that Bulls is they're just missing kicks. I mean, Tim, this is the least points we gave out. Honestly, since the Dallas game, since our win streak, the Dallas we only let them score 6, the Giants we let them score 3, and then Cleveland was 16, which is the same as today. So this is only this third highest amount of points, or least amount of points that we gave out since we've been on this win streak.
But look at the running. Like when they ran all over us today. We couldn't stop them. They
didn't average that many yards. They ran. See, my thing is, again, and I'm not.
They ran a lot.
They had more possessions because we didn't sustain a lot of drives as long as we should have. So they were able to run the football a lot. This is where and somebody mentioned it earlier. X-Man said earlier, he said Jalen's field awareness is mid at best. Now, I'm not going to go mid, but I'm not. I know you got Eli and the fan club, and Tim is going to come to rescue and email. It's some plays I see with Jalen that it just is surprising that he does or doesn't do. And it's starting to get a little bit annoying to me. Like the sack Ethan talked about earlier. Even though he had a scramble early that ended up turning out to be a pretty decent scramble. But he had AJ wide open. Once he starts to run, he does not really look to pass no more. Like if he don't have a lane, he'll look to throw. Like if he going to the sideline, he see, all right, I'm not gonna make a run. He'll still look downfield. But once he has a lane, he no longer looks for a receiver. Even if he's 5 to 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, when he still could look for a receiver, he don't know.
No, he looks for one as AJ. He looks for it. It's just if he don't see AJ.
Nah, he don't even do that. When he start running, he got a lane to run. It's over. He's not passing. So it's sometimes he can actually still do that, in my opinion. But I mean, I can't. I'm not going to come down on him. I do think it's some plays to be made that he's not making. But ultimately, like Ethan said, he made enough plays to win the game. Saquon ran well. Defense, made their plays when needed to. Great interception by CJ earlier. And that hit early in the game kind of set the tone, I think, for the defense when he hit the ball. 17 trying to catch that slant pass. But it was an all-around solid game. These games be like this. Carolina's been playing well. I'm not overly concerned that we didn't completely trounce them. We got the win. That's all that matters, even though we did get fortunate on that drop.
Yeah, I thought Jalen Carter played a very good game tonight out of everybody. His motor, man. He a little different. He might go down as an all-time great. And also
he is a beast.
I do want to give a shout out to Saquon. He broke Shady's record. And how many games did he take him? I mean, to do it.
Even the whole, it's like
half the season.
Yeah. 13.
Probably like 10 and what are we? 11 and 2 or 11? What is our
I think Ephraim did say that. But
and the boy Bryce, real quick, and Bryce Young, I know Ephraim talked about this, but this man got benched this year. They said they tried to like put him down, like they didn't even give him a shot. He's a really, really good young quarterback coming on. I was very impressed with what I saw today, man. And the last couple weeks, because think about it, they took the Chiefs. I believe that which one of those teams went to overtime? Was it the Chiefs? It was a game that they played against the Chiefs this year.
Yeah, the Chiefs. A couple things they took. They've been playing well. Like I said,
they've been playing well and still losing. So it's only a matter of time. And one thing, when you have a young team, when you can run the ball, you got a shot to win every game, and that's what happened. They've been able to run the ball for the last few weeks, and they really ran well against us. And so I do agree. Jalen, he did a couple of things. I didn't like that third possession on 3rd and 2. he kind of ran to the out. He could have ran straight up the middle and got that first down easily. But he kind of, it's like that was just a misread. That's something that happens during the game. I'm not gonna nitpick every play.
They didn't run that well. They didn't run. They ran below average against us today, though. They just ran a lot. That running back the running back had 26 carries for 92 yards, 3.5 a carry. That's not great. That's just a bulk. You're running in bulk. That's what that is.
I don't think he ran great in space. You looking at like them goal line. He had about 5 or 6 goal line runs where we were stopping him. So you take them out, he would have had. You take them out, he would have had a lot more. It would have looked better. But they did run well against us. He did run well.
I'm trying to understand what y'all was watching.
So I know you taking everything as a whole and saying, well, if you look at this, he didn't. But if you take everything in context, he did run well.
But you gotta look at it
because that's what when he got the ball down on the goal line, if he get in the end zone, then there's less carries he got.
That's like saying you take his long runs away, then okay. I think take his long runs away. If you take his long runs away, then what did he do? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he ran okay. I kind of agree with Wayne. He wasn't running he wasn't doing. Y'all act like he was doing to us what Saquon did to them. Like Saquon was gashing them for yards. Like we played. This is my point. We gave them too many opportunities. This is the only thing I keep saying. We gave them too many opportunities to keep getting the ball. Bryce Young and Tim, you said what you mean when you said they didn't give Bryce Young a chance? They benched him. What you mean by that?
I don't think he should have been benched. To me, it's like he
bounced back and he's playing well off of that. So I don't know
because
he was going through emotional stuff. The girl dumped him for Maxie and everything else. And then Maxie started tanking once we started messing with. They better leave that girl alone, man. Leave her alone.
I mean, she got bad juju.
but this is my thing, right?
Bad juju or good something. But
this is my thing. We need to run the ball more, but it feels like the Eagles, for some reason, keep trying to force Jalen Hurts on us. If we running and it's working, run the ball.
If you're not throwing the ball, then you got the angry AJ and the angry Devontae, which they was on the sideline kind of complaining. So
you did see that.
So what do you want? You
did see that earlier.
You gotta keep these boys satisfied.
But listen, we are a running team with a running quarterback. That's how we win games. That's how we open up for the pass. So
go ahead. I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
You still got to run that football.
No, I agree with that. We probably should have ran a little bit more than we did. This is Bryce Young beginning of the year. His quarterback rating for game 1 was 32. His quarterback rating for game 2 was 57. Quarterback rating for game 3 he had 58 passing yards. He had an 84 quarterback rating. And then I believe this is the game he got benched in Washington at -4. No, I think he got benched that game. -4 yards. He had 79 quarterback rating. And then he came back and started playing well after the bench. 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 76, 77, 86, 92, 83. And then today he had a 69. So they gave him a chance. This is not his first year, first of all. He played all season last year. They've been giving him a chance. Sometimes you got to bench somebody if they mind not right. You got to help them recalibrate, get their dome straight. This is what I was saying about Doc Rivers and Ben Simmons. Sometimes you got an athlete. He's a star.
Now you're going back and forth because when he benched Maxie, you all like, why he benched Maxie?
No, I said he benched Maxie and didn't tell him why. He left Maxie on the bench for 2 weeks, and Maxie was like, well, what's going on? What am I doing wrong? He never explained to him what the process was. So I said,
that's what Maxie said. That's according to Maxie.
Okay, according to Maxie, you bench a player and you let them know what they need to work on so they can come back stronger. Obviously, that's what happened. Because Bryson was playing very good football. Why not obviously?
Because they were still talking, and he first of all, Maxie was.
I'm talking about Bryce Young.
Oh,
I said obviously that's what happened with Bryce Young because now he's been coming back playing good.
Yeah, that's what bench him work. Yeah.
So. Did it work or it was just circumstances? Then that quarterback that they have in there, he wanted.
Oh, we don't know, but we know that he went out and he came back balling.
So we're saying
that you gotta go with the circumstantial evidence. You don't got no evidence that it was a bad bench.
You don't have no evidence that you just suggested that because he got benched, now he's playing.
Was it justified? You said it like he was unjustifiably benched. He was not unjustifiably benched.
Because they don't bench. You don't just bench your young quarterback. You just sit there. You keep coaching them up. You don't have to. You don't have to give.
You don't have to. But sometimes you do.
Leashes on certain quarterbacks. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, he played all year. He didn't get benched last year.
He played a whole year last year though.
Yeah.
Stop rotating the camera.
It got to be Ethan. Ethan doing that. He always playing around with something. He keep flipping the cameras around.
Come on, Ethan, chill, man. Relax, bro.
I'm thinking looking at Ephraim next, and I'm looking at Wayne.
But yeah, I in my opinion, sometimes you do have to bench a player to let them recalibrate, and you let the game slow down for them. And that, to me, that appears to be the case. He might have been in his own head. Sometimes you get in your own head as an athlete and you can't get out of it until somebody sits you down and get that sports psychiatrist or whatever you need, that good coaching, and telling you, yo, look, this is what you need to do. Watch these plays, go over this game film or whatever you need to do and recalibrate. He recalibrated and he's been playing lights out. He's balling. Even though his quarterback rating against us today wasn't good, he actually played a very decent game against the best defense in the NFL.
And he should have had the lead with that touchdown at the end. Not won the game, but he should have caught that pass.
I agree.
Dude, he got to catch that. He got to catch that.
He got to catch that. It's a whole. It'd be a whole different tune to this podcast if he caught that football. I'm telling you that right now.
All right, before we move on to the Sixers, who's your game ball go to tonight?
You got to go to probably Saquon.
You got to give us 124 yards rushing, 6.2 yards a carry.
Yeah, we ran great as a team. Look at their run defense got gagged. That's what you call running well against a team. Yeah, Jalen ran for 61 yards on 8 carries. Gainwell had 26 on 3, averaged 6, 7, and 8 yards a carry against them. But we wasn't putting the points up.
Yeah, we were stalling out. We were stalling out on drives. It seemed like every time we went to pass, something went wrong. It did take a while to get AJ involved, but finally got him involved. So
and it was key catches, key plays going to AJ.
Oh yeah, and shout out to CJ Garner-Johnson. He had a very good game. He was all over that field. He got an interception in the game, huge tackles, got a concussion, came back, pretended like he passed the protocol.
Yeah, no, he did. I mean, he's been showing himself to step up and be a vocal leader too with the team. I think I sent y'all that video clip when they was talking about how he kind of, called the defense together, ride the troops, especially now that BG ain't in the game. You're gonna need somebody like him with a little veteran presence, some oomph to him, a respected voice in the locker room, and he seems to be that. So I'm digging that a lot. That's what's up.
Only thing I was is their O-line that good, or we didn't get a real solid pass rush tonight?
We didn't get one at all.
We
had to blitz a lot. We blitzed a lot.
That's the only way.
I'm about to say we flush him out that pocket a lot though.
But it was from blitzing.
We blitzed a lot. We blitzed a lot more than I've ever seen the team blitz.
When we had them back against the goal line, was that blitzes? I didn't think that was blitzes. Like on that last drive when Sweat missed that tackle, I didn't think those was blitzes. I thought that was just a straight 4-man rush. And they was getting some.
I mean, not that play, but I think that drive we blitzed. I think every third down we blitzed. That fourth down we blitzed. We blitzed a lot on that last drive. Fortunate enough, it finally paid off. That was a great play by Slade too to back that down because it was a great throw. The throw was there, the receiver was there, and Slade made a phenomenal chase down block on that. Not chase down block, but chase down, bat down on that pass. Thielen actually had a good game too. They was picking on a young boy Coop a little bit. He was working Coop over.
Coop that was a tough day for him. I agree with that.
Coop. A couple times, though, Coop got to be careful of the veteran savviness because Thielen was doing a lot of pushing off and two-hand pushing off at that, mind you. But see, as a top-tier cornerback like myself, you sometimes realize what you got.
I missed the last part. What you said?
Let me say it again. As a top-tier quarterback like myself,
okay,
you got to realize what these dudes like to do, and you can't put yourself too close in that pushing window. You almost gotta, if you are, you gotta know how to use your hands, kind of, try to hook their arm a little bit, stuff like that. But for the most part, you gotta give them a little bit of distance so they can't. If they engage bodies with you, they're going to pause. They're going to push off of you. So you almost gotta give them a little bit of space to make their moves and then jump on a move like that. So, he'll learn. Yeah, playground league. Yeah, tackle, ball, the whole kit and caboodle. I was him.
Why do these young athletes all want to go after the same chicks? Never mind, let me stop. I'm just thinking about like it seemed like with these athletes. And I'm just thinking about it because we talking about Tyrese and Bryce. Like, it's all these beautiful women out here, and it's like these dudes can't wait to take their turn to going at some chick that then mess with somebody else in the industry or the league or something like that. Like, I don't know, that just irritates me a little bit. I want something new.
Now Gilbert Arenas said on that, and I really don't agree with it, but he said they understand how to play their role dating a ball player or somebody in the league. Um, they come right in and know what to do. And what he was talking about, but I guess
But if they
he's
did
talking
that, then
about.
the dudes wouldn't drop them. Then would they? If they knew how to do that, then they would be wives instead of just going from being girlfriend to girlfriend.
Listen, I agree with you. I was just trying to see. I was just trying to
Yeah,
tell you what his excuse was.
yeah.
So
And you got these young boys now getting porn stars pregnant and getting
But I don't think it's as
50-year-old
many,
women.
but I don't think it's as many as we think. Like, it's a lot of professional athletes out there. I think most of them just get, they got their girls and they do their thing. And then you hear about those cases. You probably hear about 20, 30 cases out of all the professional athletes that you hear about these certain chicks jumping from ball player to ball player. And that weird.
It might be more than that.
You do hear about it because with the ball, Brandon Ingram scored. Him and another bull he was playing against got the same baby mom, and he scored the winning goal over.
I mean, it's there. I'm not saying it ain't there. You got. I mean, let's
remember the bull Blake Griffin ex-wife, and then she was messing with somebody else, and then we saw about that. Like, she had him for child support and all this other stuff, and she was messing with somebody else. Like, why all these goofy? These dudes goofy, bro.
But Jalen Green is doing the same thing with the other joint, and then she fighting Tyrod Taylor for the house that he bought. It's like, what kind of the girl Drea? they all real goofy.
Yeah.
But lessons learned. These
they're not being learned.
They might be in the playbook. But
I'm telling you, it's more learning a lesson than not. You're gonna always have your goofy simp balls. They will forever be here. But it's a lot of dudes who see these dudes moving funny style and and move their own direction. I'm positive of that. I'm positive.
Would you think Maxie would be one of them type of bulls, considering he seemed like he has a solid
he beat him. He beat him tight. He beat that type bull.
Yeah. Everybody can't get a Savannah.
That's the goal, though. That's the goal. That's the goal.
They wind up getting a Steph Curry.
Aisha, they get Aisha.
Aisha ain't act on her impulses, but she.
Yeah, thank you, Ray.
If Steph Curry wasn't the superstar that he is, I guarantee she'd have been up here doing red table talk.
You can't put her in that category because she has
Savannah rare though. I can't. Is it a lot of Savannahs out there with these athletes? Is it more Savannahs? Is it more the chick that Jalen Green got?
I think it's a lot of Savannahs out there.
There's more Savannahs, you think?
I think it is. A lot of them boys are married, settled down. You don't hear about no drama. They just got their wives and they settle down and play ball.
I mean, then you get the stuff. This what's the dad? Del Curry's, who it seemed like his wife was a Savannah up until
60
later in life, but it also.
That's a whole different situation because who knows that situation? Because who knows what he's been doing? Because he moved goofy right after that, so I'm sure he's moving goofy before that too. So I can't necessarily come off on her because him even getting with the bull wife and she getting with the bull, that was like what type of weird stuff? So they both was goofy in that situation.
Yeah.
But since we talk about Maxie, let's talk about your Philadelphia 76ers real quick, who came off a pretty solid
Maxie
against the Bulls. Joel Hans Embiid is back in the building. Started off a little shaky, had an incredible second quarter. Wanted to play an all-around decent game. We get the win. What's your thoughts on that?
Go ahead, Wayne. Wayne itching to get in.
Well, I was the one that was actually watching that game. At least,
we all
watched the game. What you talking about?
What do you think? You think you're special?
What you think? We ain't watch the game?
Y'all wasn't watching. Y'all was focusing on the Eagles.
With 2 channels on your TV.
As soon as I started talking, I don't think either did because the comments he had.
I watched it. I watched the game.
So anyway, I thought the Sixers moved. You could see the difference of having a legit center. It helps when he's as good as Joel Embiid. The problem is just going to be how often can he play. I'm interested to see how his knee reacts next day, even though we don't pay again until Friday. But I mean, once he got in his groove, you could see on defense when the other team is dribbling and driving and trying to go into the paint, they're deterred. Whereas though when Embiid's not in there, they're willing to go and drive in more and make more attempts at it. You saw his better spacing on offense because of the attention that he could still command. And I just thought it made everybody look better in there. So, like I said, I hope if he can be healthy, if they all can be healthy, I'd like to see what happens if we. And the Sixers have been playing well. They had 2 tough losses in like the last 7 games, I think, or two of the losses was like one was overtime and when they lost to Houston and somebody else, Orlando. But they had a couple tough losses. But other than that, they've been playing well and winning for the most part lately. So we'll see. It was a good game to watch though. Maxey had his first career triple double, and Embiid came back and dropped 35 and 11 or something like that.
You get Maxey on the court and he trouble. Today he messed around and dropped the triple double. That was a crazy. For some reason though, his 3 still ain't falling. I'm a little disappointed in that. His 3 is still looking a little suspect. He has spurts of his 3 coming back. And then, like today, it completely disappears. We'll see 3 for 12. But he actually shot good overall. He shot 45% overall, but his 3 was just not falling at all. 25, 11, and 14, though, but good game. Overall, solid performance. That's the kind of games we need.
So when you say what y'all think, does only mean what Wayne think?
No, you're right. That's why I got quiet. Go ahead. No, I didn't add my 2 cents in, by the way, but go ahead.
All right. But seriously, I don't know what's going on with Maxey, but what I will say, he looked better and more comfortable with Joel being out there on the floor with him. It looks like he was able to get his own shot. Sometimes when you got to be the leader, you feel like you got to put everything on your shoulders. And I think when Joel is there, he can still show leadership qualities, but he don't have to carry everything. Because Joel is a force to be reckoned with, regardless of like he do a lot of goofy stuff. But Joel is still Joel. His presence is always there when he's on that court. And the fact that he had I think they had 18 points in the second quarter, third quarter, that was pretty impressive. So this is what I want. This gives me hope. When Joel plays, it gives me hope. So if he's going to be there, if he's here from this point on, not saying he's going to be every game, but if he's here from now on, then I like having hope. I don't want this to be a wash season. I'd rather see quality play. So
the only question is how much is Joel Embiid going to play?
That
they look good tonight. Sixers look good.
They off till Friday though.
Chicago, was that really a test? It would have been nice if he came. I do want to see him against some comp. Sixers against some comp. Sixers did look good tonight with Joel Embiid in the middle. Ran the floor, moved around a little better than he did the last game, in my opinion. Than the last game we've seen him in. But that's the thing. Will he win? How's the knee going to respond? Will he play again? If he's going to miss another 4 or 5 games, I mean, like somebody said, it's time to pivot. You can't have him once every 4 or 5 games. He has to at least play 2 to 3 games a week. Other than that, what are we doing? So, I mean, good game. Sixers did good. Ball movement. Sixers still struggle with the 3. Paul George struggled with the 3. Was he like 0 for 5? But Maxey's 3-point, what happened to it? He shooters shoot. They're going to go through their slumps. But he has to get back on track, man. And sometimes he does take some forced 3s that I don't like. The step backs and all that other stuff. 4 step backs. But Joel Embiid, he ain't hit a 3 either. Was he 0 for 5, 2 from 3?
Yeah, why are you taking 5 3-pointers?
I don't know. But Sixers look good. It's really nothing we complain about. Nothing we can complain about. The only time we can complain if they say, well, we won't see Joel Embiid for the next 6 games. Then it starts again.
9 for 36 for 3s, 25% overall. Jared McCain, Mr. Nels, Lil Z, whatever you want to call him, he shot our best from 3. He was 3 for 7, 42%. Well, actually, Oubre was 2 for 3, 66%. So that wasn't too bad either. But yeah, I mean, listen, I agree with Ethan. And then Wayne said it too. How many games is Joel going to play? That's going to be the talking point all season long. Hopefully, this little strategy.
Hey, what, he booted himself?
I guess he did.
Why are you playing with the camera? I didn't.
Oh Lord! Why aren't you touching stuff? You like on the phone?
I meant to take myself off, and I took Ephraim off.
But well, love playing ring.
Yo, you got to take charge from him. He got to get put on timeout.
You do.
I'm taking his wrench away.
Every podcast, he's playing with the cameras. Every podcast,
I gotta take his wrench away.
You like the little brother just sitting there in the background playing.
You ain't taking nothing from. I took the pod down.
Just keep going. If you leave and leave.
Hold
on. But anyway, that's the key. If Joel Embiid plays, we stand a chance. If he don't, our chances of doing anything greatly diminishes. So
absolutely,
we'll see. Good game. Paul George he's actually Paul George is looking like a carbon copy of Toby. Like he actually looking like Tobias Harris light. When he said with the boys and the boy look KD light, he looks Toby light. That's what he looks like. Very similar to what we had, bro. I mean, he got a very smooth looking game when he on that one game. I think he ended up with 29. He was cooking. He couldn't miss. But
he's better than Tobias.
He's way better than Tobias Harris. Could never be the guy running the point, like taking the point on the ball, handling and controlling the floor of the game.
I mean, I guess I'm just expecting more. I mean, we brought him in here as his big name free agent bull.
Yeah.
But we really didn't bring him in here to be the top dude. See, that's what I'm saying. When we brought him,
we didn't. We brought him to be a big three. Maxi Embiid and PG.
No, I said we didn't bring him in to be the top guy. This still was going to be Embiid and Maxi's team. You bring Paul George in here to be that upgrade and be
I think they all had top billing.
I didn't. I thought that it was supposed to be Embiid, Maxi team, and PG coming in here to be a strong the third in that tier.
I'm looking at top billing for all three of them with the expectation that if one is don't got it going on, then the other one will be able to suffice.
I agree with that.
But
and maybe that still could happen. We'll see. Because tonight, Beat and Maxi had it pretty much going, and he was the third, Will that kind of just made some shots here or there.
He also plays defense and gets on rebounds.
So do y'all like that? Can y'all go with this starting lineup of Paul George, Ubaselli, and B, Maxi, and Oubre? Does that?
I like it. It gives us a height at the backcourt that we need because we small. So I like it. I'm cool with it.
I also got you know what? It's still with Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse and his love for Kyle Lowry. I get it. Kyle Lowry, if you put him in there in certain games, because I feel like Kyle Lowry when he was in there is when Chicago really got back into this game. Like I get it. He's the guy that he that old head, that glue type guy. But at a certain point, there's nothing that he can do, bro. Like at a certain point, it's like he's in the way out there. And I'd rather see McCain getting those minutes or something, but he's just not really. And the Sixers as a team, because I will say this, when Embiid comes out the game, I do like when they go to that pretty much bench lineup, they're fast. They're moving. McCain and Maxey running up and down the court. I like that smaller lineup at times, but you need a Joel Embiid. The other thing that Joel Embiid does when he's in there is nobody else is getting the foul calls that Embiid gets. And Embiid gets those foul calls and he makes the foul shots.
I do agree.
The Sixers struggled over the last few games shooting free throws. If they actually had been shooting free throws the way that we shot them in the last few years, we would have won at least two more of those games that we played. We shot horrible from the free throw the last couple games.
I agree with that. If I was on here, that would be the main thing I would have been addressing. It's been a lot of teams. Not a lot of teams. I've been watching Golden State struggle like that from the line. I don't know why. I'm like, y'all NBA players, why are we shooting 46 and 50% from the free throw is beyond me. It's beyond me. That ball is your career. It's your life. How are you this bad consistently from the free throw line? It befuddles me. It irritates me. But
that's not what guys work on now. They work on the triple step back and Euro steps and all. That's what they
fundamental basketball 101 free throw.
Oh, no. I agree. Listen, I'm agreeing with you 100%, but that's not the fancy stuff. Like nobody really like to work on the mid range and all that other stuff now. Everybody do it. They go down and they shoot like 5,000 3-pointers. That's pretty much what working out is. Except Embiid, he just shoot like 50 million mid shots.
Yeah, B obviously, he worked on his mid range. That's why it's good. I'm surprised. It irritates me. Even I seen Ricky Council do a couple plays. I think it was last game or the game before, and he was driving. He was kind of wide open. and he drove into the defense and tried to like force a layup. I'm like, why don't you just pull up for the mirror? Like who?
Yes.
This will get Ethan point. I guess players and other. I heard other people say it before too. Players not being that smart. Like, why are you driving into the defense to try to force up a contested layup instead of stopping the pop and Sam Cassell style? Yeah, I mean, like KD style. That's why KD's always always an efficient, effective scorer, because when you have it, or you drive the lane. When you don't, and they backing up off you, pull up and shoot the jumper. Like it's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. But I guess that's
funny though, because that's just like the one player you just was talking about, Paul George. I mean, he's been struggling from the three, but like he was 0 for 5 from 3, but he shot 6 for 13 from the floor altogether.
I mean, he hit the mirror.
So
right,
he just was not, you know what I'm saying? He just off from 3. And my thing is, if guys can shoot, but that's just like when McCain was off. He's a shooter though, so you expect that's like I expect Maxey shot. I expect him to find his flow. I think this team has done so much scrambling around and doing this, that, and the other,
scraping.
Yeah, scrambling and scraping. You like it when you like that, Daddy.
Yeah, cut that out.
We like when they to be scrambling and scraping.
Wayne Diddy.
No, but no, when either baby, let's.
What was you saying? When it's scrambling around on defense, is that what you talking about?
I don't remember now. But because it's an organization, they doing because of all the stuff with Paul George and Embiid, and then Maxey got hurt. It's like they've done so much shuffling the deck that it's like nobody really know what their spot is. And I think right now they're starting to get a feel for it. That's just like him starting having Yabu start with Embiid. You know what I'm saying? You had that power forward in there. I like that. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna find out like what matchups to do. I think that's why I'm giving Nick Nurse a little bit of leeway, just because he's had to do a lot of scrambling because of how the roster has been set up so far. But it's like you start to see certain dudes not getting the minute. You see KJ Martin get more minutes now, and he's actually showing out and playing better.
Well, he got what happened? I seen him go to lock. Is he all right?
Who?
Not KJ Martin. Caleb Martin. What happened with Caleb? He got hurt.
He came back out on the floor.
Oh, he did. His minutes is getting reduced. I think his minutes where they at. I think that's good. He had 13 minutes a night. KJ had 18 minutes and played really well in his 18 minutes. And Maxey loved on him to oop. Remember we talked about that before? We didn't have enough athletic boys going to get the oop. I see him and Oubre doing that a lot, and I love that. So yeah, I'm liking KJ over Caleb. Caleb ain't he I agree, Sandra Bass. He's a Caleb Martin cheeks. He's been playing very inconsistent. Now, maybe playoff Caleb will come into effect sometime in the playoffs when we need him. We'll see about that. But right now, they've been outplaying for the minutes, and they well deserved.
I agree.
So, game off till Friday. Eagles play Pittsburgh this coming week.
That's a big game.
What is it? 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock?
Probably the game of the week is probably 4 o'clock. I'm not sure though.
Let me see. Let me try to pull that up. See what we got. That's going to be a good game. Pittsburgh. Did Pittsburgh play today?
Oh no, I hope they're not. Because this is kind of a physical game.
4 o'clock game. 4:25.
Yeah, that's probably.
I mean, that's the other thing though, too, because this game, the Eagles just came off of that game against a tough game against Baltimore. I mean, tough physical game against Baltimore, and then came out and handled business today. So I can't be too mad at that. You know, I mean, even though didn't like how certain things look, but. Dang, we might have to do some kind of pod on something. Hopefully, it don't be any kind of drastic news where we need to do an emergency pod. But man, we ain't going on no pod till Friday.
Yeah, Friday, give everybody a break, get their affairs in order, be back with that energy that we need. Because this is coming down the stretch, NFL wise, anyway. And hopefully, Sixers can start getting some games together, because that's what we need. Because Milwaukee seem to get their act together a little bit. They starting to win some games, so we starting to fall behind. Even though a lot of teams lost the other night, I know Boston lost.
Yeah.
John Moran had a monster, and I told y'all John's next up, man. That young boy, he gonna get his crown back.
Hold. Let me. When you saying next up, what?
You keep taking credit.
He gonna be the ambassador of the NBA in like 3 years.
That I don't agree with. I think talent wise he is, but I think that his actions, I don't think the NBA is gonna promote it.
Once you win,
all is forgiven.
Well, it's all gone. It's all gone.
Right now, Tatum trying to get that title back. Remember how they was trying to make Tatum the next face?
Yes, Tatum been hooping.
Now he got his ring and he hooping.
Ja got that flair factor that a lot of players don't have. Like
we might come back on tomorrow.
Why was happening tomorrow?
We're gonna cover Knicks game. We see
we cover one throughout the week. I don't know about tomorrow, but maybe one throughout the week.
It's not like, so they actually got a better game. They play Atlanta on Wednesday, but Monday they play Toronto. But
yeah, they both trash.
They don't got nothing on Tuesday. I was hoping something for Tuesday and Thursday.
Neither one of the games.
I might come and do a Knicks game. Y'all gave us a lot of love. So
yeah, we know you a Knicks. We know you a Knicks fan.
Yeah, you like the Knicks a little bit. But I mean, we're talking about Morant. He has a certain amount of flair factor that a lot of players don't have, man. Like that's why Anthony Edwards was so everybody was kind of gassed on Anthony Edwards. He jumped on the building, he dunking on people, flying through the air. People still love that athletic prowess that a lot of people don't possess. Like, there's a lot of athletes in the NBA, but then you have superior athletes like Anthony Edwards, like LeBron, like Ja Morant. Those are superior type athletes, and Ja got it. That dunk he had against Boston, it ain't too many people in the history of the NBA that could do that dunk that he did. A double pump backwards dunk.
Yeah,
it's
everybody off guard too. Like, that's it. Maxey can't do that.
Exactly. So we'll see. I think if they start winning, they get their team together. Let them win a championship as such, and he might be coming for the crown. I think it's going to be more spread out though, like the way the NBA is now. When you still muted, I don't know if maybe you want to be. I mean, before, in recent years, it's been LeBron, Curry, KD, kind of been them three, but LeBron obviously being a clear-cut face of the NBA. But I think it might be a little bit more spread out now with the talent pool that we got. Foreign players, Luka Doncic, Joker, and all them, who had a 56-point game the other day, mind you. Was it last night? He had that.
Yeah. Was it a triple-double? Was it a triple-double?
He missed a triple-double by two, I think by 2 assists.
He about to get his 4th MVP.
Yeah, he might. But yeah, hope maybe we'll stop back in the middle of the week to see a New York game or something, or maybe an NBA game of the week or something like that. We might jump on. We'll see what happens.
You already know what Ephraim think about.
But other than that,
people don't stay up late enough to watch Golden State.
No, they don't. They don't. I barely been staying up late enough to watch that Jordan up late.
Oh, yeah, how about what's Golden State? How's their 12-man rotation?
He usually come in and find a way to mix Golden State into the talk.
Well, thank you everybody for y'all watching. You can see the cash out down at the bottom. You can hit us on the super chat. We appreciate the love.
Steve Kerr was on something. Now Draymond is on the bench.
Draymond said he willingly went to the bench for Kuminga. They've been struggling as of late. I think they like 1 in 5 in their last 6 games or something like that. They've been struggling. Oh, so Draymond said he willingly going to the bench for Kuminga. So we'll see what happens with that.
All right. Well, Steelers won their game against the Browns today. So you got 2 teams coming in doing pretty well. Russell Wilson, Jalen Hurts, next Sunday, 4:00. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We're going to catch you on our next podcast.